Julian Lewis' father makes bold confession on how Shedeur Sanders' comparison drew Deion Sanders to the five-star QB. Deion Sanders has never been one to follow the conventional path. 2 years into his tenure at Colorado Buffs, he's flipped the script on what's possible for a program once mired in irrelevance. The Buffaloes, fresh off a one-win campaign in 2022, turned into a 9-4 team in 2024 and nearly secured a Big 12 title game appearance. But beyond the win column, Sanders' biggest impact has come off the field. This year's class, headlined by a five-star quarterback, Julian Lewis, signals a new level of success. And yet, what truly set this recruitment apart wasn't just talent. It was a comparison, one that directly linked this young prospect to Sanders' own son. Colorado's 2025 class is, by all accounts, a game-changer. Deion Sanders landed 31 new players through a mix of high school signings and transfer portal acquisitions, stacking the roster with elite talent at key positions. Among them is five-star quarterback Julian "Juju" Lewis, a player widely considered one of the best passers in the nation. Lewis joins a loaded group that includes Max Prep's National Player of the Year Quentin Gibson, as well as highly regarded wideouts Adrian Wilson and Quandle Farrakhan Jr. But what makes this class even more intriguing is the immediate boost Sanders sought at quarterback. Enter Kaidon Salter, a dynamic dual-threat transfer from Liberty, brought in as an experienced bridge between Shedeur Sanders' departure and Lewis' eventual takeover. It's a calculated move, one that keeps the Buffaloes competitive in the short term while allowing their prized recruit to develop at his own pace. It's clear that Lewis was a priority for Sanders, but his father, T.C. Lewis, recently pulled back the curtain on what truly sealed the deal. "He's one of the most heavily scrutinized recruits," T.C. said, acknowledging the pressure that comes with being a five-star quarterback. But for Deion Sanders, that scrutiny wasn't a deterrent, it was a selling point. Deion Sanders valued who Ju was. "I think one of the things that drew them to Julian was his ability to perform under pressure." The connection between Julian and Shedeur Sanders was impossible to ignore. While Lewis represents the future, Colorado Buffs isn't leaving anything to chance for 2025. The addition of Salter, a proven winner with a 21-4 record over the last 2 seasons, provides immediate stability. Salter threw for 2,876 yards and rushed for 1,089 more at Liberty, making him an ideal fit for the up-tempo offense Sanders envisions. Meanwhile, North Crawley H.S. Gibson's arrival injects even more explosiveness into the receiving core. A lightning in a bottle, a TD waiting to happen. Gibson figures to be a key piece in replacing the production of two-way superstar Travis Hunter, who scored 15 touchdowns last season before declaring for the NFL draft. That infusion of talent isn't limited to just the quarterback position. Colorado's recruiting haul has been as much about surrounding its signal callers with elite playmakers as it has been about finding the next great passer. Jackie, a Buffs insider, summed it up best when discussing the incoming group. "To me, what makes Julian so good is the intangibles. Quentin is lightning in a bottle, a TD waiting to happen. I love the idea of bringing in Kaidon Salter. That mix of talent gives Colorado a level of offensive firepower it simply hasn't had in decades. The receiving room, anchored by four-star pair Wilson and Farrakhan Jr., brings an immediate vertical threat, with both players averaging over 20 yards per catch in high school. And yet, for all the hype surrounding this class, the most fascinating storyline remains Deion Sanders' decision to stay. Shedeur's quick fix has words for HC Deion Sanders. As many expected prime time to follow, his sons to the NFL, leaving behind a program he had already lifted out of the depths. Instead, he doubled down. Now, Kaidon Salter's decision to commit to Deion Sanders in Colorado has words of appreciation. It's about ambition, leadership, and embracing a new chapter in a rapidly evolving program. In the latest Well-Off Media video, the new Buffs quarterback opened up about why he chose Boulder and what he hopes to bring to the team. For Salter, the opportunity to learn from coaches who've competed at the highest level was a major factor in his commitment. But beyond that, he sees Colorado as a place where he can step up, take charge, and maximize his final year of eligibility.